Hello, I'm Patrick Poe, an intern from Jack State University with Vicksburg National Military Park through Green and Youth Foundation's HBCU Internship program. I'm joined with fellow intern Hugh to talk about the incredible story of Juneteenth. While freedmen and women in Vicksburg considered the 4th of July their day of independence, the day the Union Army captured Vicksburg and ensured the freedom set forth by the Emancipation Proclamation through the protection of the Union Army. 2 years later, a similar event occurred in Galveston, Texas as the Civil War was ending, which became the cornerstone of the Juneteenth celebration. The holiday Juneteenth is a celebration of U.S. Army soldiers' enforcement of Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation in Galveston, Texas in 1865. The Emancipation Proclamation only held weight if enslaved African Americans could reach U.S. lines or if the U.S. military came to them. U.S. Army General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston and read his famous General Order No. 3 that announced that his soldiers intended to enforce the Emancipation Proclamation and that slavery in Galveston was over. A year after this monumental event, in 1866, the black community of Galveston gathered to mark the anniversary of the first day in their lives that they had complete ownership over their bodies. Juneteenth as a holiday celebrates the progress made by African Americans in the years following the end of slavery. However, this begs the question of how did a holiday commemorating the end of slavery in Galveston become a holiday embraced on the national level? For that story, I'll turn it over to fellow intern Hugh.
Hello, my name is Hugh Goffinette, and I'm an intern here at Vicksburg National Military Park through Green and Youth Foundation's HBCU Internship program. The story of the spread of Juneteenth out of the state of Texas and into the wider world is actually a really unique one that traces its roots back to 1968 and the Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign was a social movement organized by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the last few months of his life. It was dedicated to supporting low-income Americans from all walks of life and from all corners of this country. The centerpiece of the Poor People's Campaign was a march on Washington, where they would spend about a month in the summer of 1968 camping out on the National Mall, culminating in an event called Solidarity Day. The date chosen for Solidarity Day was none other than June 19th, Juneteenth. As protesters went back home, they brought back the celebration of Juneteenth with them to localities spreading across the country, even outside of the state of Texas. Cities like Milwaukee after 1968 and the Poor People's Campaign's March on Washington now had Juneteenth celebrations. In the 50 years since the end of the Poor People's Campaign's March on Washington, just about every locality across the United States of America celebrates Juneteenth in one way, shape, or form. In conclusion, I challenge you to think about the following questions. What does Juneteenth mean to you? How do you celebrate Juneteenth? And how can we ensure the themes of Juneteenth continue on for future generations? I thank you for watching.